Christy, I mean, you guys have been maybe looking for that one moment, for that one play. Did it feel like, Amita's goal kind of took the lid off this thing for you guys? I mean, it felt like a big moment.
It definitely was a big moment, and I think there was a big release for the players as well. We talk about going into games with proactive confidence. We don't, because they're so young, they're kind of a little bit tentative about feeling good and believing in what they can do. They sometimes wait for something good to happen in order to appreciate what they can actually do. So it definitely brought a bit of belief to us, and hopefully it's something we can go on. And as we talked about afterwards, listen, okay, so we can get excited about the win, but let's make sure that we stay true in the process that we're on, and we don't skip a step here just because we won a game. We still need to get better, and that's the bottom line.
Hayes, you want to go next?
Sure. Hey, Christy. Did it feel like the two goals we saw are kind of a glimpse of what the offense can be?
Absolutely. I mean, we know that we're bringing in strikers pretty soon, and we know we're playing players out of position and asking a lot of them. I mean, CC Kaiser playing out of position, scoring goals and making a name for herself. We're so excited. And we know there's, the hardest part about soccer is probably in the final third, where there's a little bit of flares, a little bit of creativity, and that comes down to some individual tendencies of each player. And the more we play together and the better the understanding becomes, the more we'll see these moments come to life in the game. So yeah, we're excited, but we know there's a lot more in the locker for each of these players.
Andrew, go ahead.
Christy, Michelle in goal. I mean, just how good is she? Because this is the third straight clean sheet. I mean, what makes her so special down there?
I think, yeah, Michelle made some fantastic saves today, which is fantastic, and we're very excited for her to get the accolation that she deserves, or sorry, the recognition that she deserves. But quite frankly, every clean sheet, it's team clean sheets, top to bottom. Sometimes it's different players that we're relying upon. We know that Michelle's the one that we can always rely on Michelle to come up with the big save. But every clean sheet is a team effort from front to back, just like a goal is a team effort from back to front. So very excited, and it's also her presence on the field that is very important for us, and her leadership and her understanding of the journey that we're on.
Hayes, was that hand back up? Do you have another one?
Yes, I'm back up. Christy, you said how Amina can do things that few other players can do. Can you talk about how rare it is for her to be able to, dribble through the defense? And then tonight we saw her take a long dribble and take a really nice strike with her left foot. Is that something that not many players, especially at her age, are capable of doing?
I think there's many players that can do, can get on the run and can beat a player here and there, but it's more what Amina can do in tight spaces just to generate a half yard, whether it's manipulating the ball onto her left or shifting it onto her right. I think she's a very unique. With that, with the creativity comes some setbacks along the way. So we're continually working on making sure that we're not harnessing her creativity, but we're just adding a little level of maturity to things that she does. So yeah, I mean, she's got a lot of growing to do, but for her to pop up and score that type of goal in a big game is something that'll be great for her self-belief, and it's something that we know that she can do on a consistent basis.
And Andrew, was that a hand back up for another question, or are we good?
Yeah, it was last one for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
You sort of touched on it, but just what can this do for this club going forward, just to get this first win out of the way? I know you talked about the process, but just to finally get this over with.
I think the more we focus on the win, the more we'll become distracted and distanced from the process that we're in. I think it's very, very important that when we take a step back and look at, I don't think in terms of on the ball, I don't think it was our best performance. I think it was one of our weaker performances. I think that there was some letdowns in terms of our build-up, and some connections weren't right in the final third. But I guess from a public standpoint, it's nice to get the win. Everybody enjoys the win. But for me, as a coaching standpoint, maybe this is what I'm too needy. I need to make sure that we're getting better day in, day out, because we want to be here. We want to be in the conversation every week as a for heavy losses, because we haven't got better.